Hello again. This series is all about introducing micro habits that cultivate success in Canada. So, I wish to cover micro habits in five areas, starting with physical fitness, intellectual sharpness, mental alertness, emotionally well balancing, and spiritual elevation. So let's jump onto each of these habits and see how they can help us become successful in Canada. When I came into Canada, so in the initial days I felt that I had a decreased energy level, I had reduced concentration, I have also a slight increase in my health issues, and I was feeling more stress, and there were more mood swings for ideally for no reason, and I was feeling some low power self-esteem. And you may also have felt these things as you come into a new place because of several reasons. And I strongly believe that these all these are the reasons of being physically inactive in a new environment. And believe me, this physical inactiveness might be a biggest workplace performance setbacks, so which might impact your performance at workplace, and that might lead to a bigger problems, because you may be feeling more stressful because you are not performing to the level that you were already performing back home, or you may not be performing to a level where you anticipate to perform. So that we don't want to get there. So one of the reasons that I personally felt when I came into this new place is the physical inactivity. So there could be several reasons for being physically inactive because of the weather. It depends on at what season do we all land in Canada, right? So summers are really bright, they're really hot, so you can always step out, have a quick walk in a park close by, or you can have a walk on the street. And but as the time progresses, as you get into fall, the cold winds keep coming in, and then you may not be equally motivated to go out on a walk like you do in summers. And then as the winter progresses, then the climate is totally unpleasant. Most of the times it might snow, or it is too windy, cold waves, and you don't want to feel like getting out if you are not an winter lover, right? So but these are also some reasons why we don't feel to have a physical activity. So when I say physical activity, I don't mean to join a gym membership and do a heavy weight lifting and then build your body. If you're interested in doing that, yeah, there are a lot of opportunities for you to encourage in keeping yourself fit. But otherwise, what I did is I found my own way of finding an indoor walking track, which is not, obviously it is not close to my home, but I need to drive for about 5 minutes. And these memberships come at a very small rate of, I pay about $12 a year, which is like $1 a month, to use a walking track, which is about ideally 1.5 2 kilometers, and then you can have as many number of laps that you want to do. And because it is indoor, so the weather should not be a reason for you not to step out and have these physical walks. So so for all of us to increase our energy levels, or increase our concentration, and then also deal with any small health issues that you might face because you are in a new environment, completely new climate. So weather can also be a reason why you are falling sick in a new environment, and which might cause a little bit of stress and mood swings because of all of these reasons. And how do you increase your self-esteem is by empowering your day, by including some fitness micro habits. So when I say this fitness micro habits, I'm not talking about something that are complicated. These are very easy ones that every one of us can do, including something like yoga or breathing exercises to start your day with, that brings more energy. I would recommend is this. The first one is scheduled walks. So you make sure that you are scheduling some time, if possible, preferably at the same time of every day. But I know it can be hard for all of us to maintain that exact schedule, but what I personally do is I make sure that I take brief walks, even during the work. Or in the last 2 years, I've been working from home. So you might ask, how am I managing these brief walks in other climatic conditions? What I personally do is that I make sure that I walk down the stairs, because I work on the upper level of my house. So I walk down the stairs at least 10-15 times for several reasons: once for water, once for coffee, once for lunch, or once for just like that to take a break from my work, because my concentration level is not more than 90 minutes. So after working for 90 minutes uh, continuously, then when I feel I like to have a break, I just go walk down the stairs, and then and other times I just keep walking at home. So which means that although if I'm not doing at the same time, I'm making sure that every day I'm walking at least few steps inside the house. Or sometimes, like I said, when the time permits, I go to the indoor walking track to complete more number of steps for that day. If now summer is coming, so it is even more encouraging for me to go out and take a brief walk in a local park which is right next to my house, or take a walk on the street and observe what's happening around the neighborhood. The scheduled daily walks is something that will boost your energy and mood, uh, like it did in my in my case. And the second one is a regular standing. So one good thing that I have saw, and which might be pretty common everywhere these days, is when I started working in 2003, because I work on, most of the times we work on computers. IT is the biggest industry everywhere now. Most of the time we were only sitting, right? So that's where my second suggestion comes, is regular standing. The biggest difference that I saw when I came into Canada, I'm talking about my first job when I started in 2018, that that environment, or that work environment, has ergonomically friendly desks, where these days we're calling them as standing desks. That means you don't have to work all through the day only by sitting in front of the computer. You can also work with your computer, raising your desk to a level that is comfortable for you, stand and work. So that is one way of promoting well-being at workplace. And but, but not all companies may be able to afford that infrastructure, because standing desks are really costly. And that's the reason why I don't have one at my home personally. So because I don't have that at home personally, I make sure that I take a regular stand. I do a regular standing when I'm not in meetings where I have to maintain my level with the camera. And if something that is permissible for me to work by standing, I make sure that I ensure that I regularly stand up, instead of uh, spending more time sitting in front of the computer. And they also, so there is a 20-20-20 rule, where, because you are seeing your monitor too often and for more time, you may have a problem with your eyes eventually. So what they say is, use 20-second rule to see something which is 20 feet or little away, as much as 20 inches or 20 feet, or whatever you can. Focus on an object that is far away from your computer for 20 seconds, and then you can bring back your eyes, so which will refresh the eyes. And when I had this problem, so my eyes were drying too often because of too much of screen use. You see computer at home, then you tend to see some Netflix or Amazon Prime during the night, because you want some kind of entertainment. So unknowingly, we are seeing a lot of screen. We are spending a lot of time in front of the screen. So uh, personally, I had a problem that my eyes were drying up too fast. So I had to use some eye drops. So my doctor told me to, do more blinks of my eyes, and then make sure that my eyes are hydrated. So that's the reason why you'll have to be watchful about what's happening One of the primary reasons is not just looking at the screen, but it also because you stay in a dry environment. Because in winters, we always ensure that our house is heated up. So there is a lot of heat air coming in from your vents, from your heating system. So the same thing happens when you're traveling. Your bus is heated up, your train is heated up, your car is heated up. And when you go to your office environment is heated up because that is needed for people to have that kind of environment to beat the cold outside. So this might in some body, every body is different. So in some bodies might get dry up fast, so they might need more hydration. And in my case, I needed a little hydration for my eyes to avoid that dryness. And you may also feel suddenly your skin is getting dried because of all these reasons. So you may want to now start applying a little more of moisturizers, right? Because you want to hydrate your skin. And the other way to keep hydrating yourself is by drinking a lot of water. And this is one thing that you will see in Canada, that everybody is carrying their own water bottle. So if you start working in the Canadian workplace, then you will notice this, that everybody brings their water bottle to the meeting, not because they want to keep them hydrated, but there is also a reason that, to be more environment friendly, that you don't use more of disposable cups. So you use your own water bottle, and keep sipping the water, so that it keeps your body hydrating, and it is also healthy to have good amount of water. We all know that we need to drink enough water to keep our body safe. So you'll notice this at workplaces or in colleges, that everybody is carrying their own water bottle, and sipping water in as they speak or as they talk, small sips of water. And you'll also notice that the people drink a lot of coffee. Yeah, you'll see a lot of Tim Hortons. You might have already found a Tim Hortons at every corner of the road, because people drink a lot of coffee. And I am a coffee lover, but I never had a tall a coffee bought from at Starbucks or Tim Hortons, because although a coffee lover, I only drink coffee about 2 or 3 times a day in small cups. But the people here drink a lot of coffee because they bring coffee, and they make sure that they drink it for longer hours in the day. So it's not just like that. No, they finish one cup of coffee, they drink that coffee. If they start in the morning, I saw few people drinking it all through in the afternoon, right? No, people like cold coffees as well. I personally don't. I need it hot. you know so we spoke about standing desks. Now, if you are employed in an environment which provides economically friendly infrastructure, then you are really good. So make use of that standing desk. I really loved it, but I couldn't afford one personally at my home. And healthy snacking. Yeah, so snacks is something we all love, and we all need. As the day progresses, we might be falling short of our energy as we move towards the end of our day. So we want to keep our energy back, because there might be an important coming towards the end of the day, and you don't want to feel sluggish. Or if you are presenting in that meeting, you don't want to feel sluggish, but you want to keep that energy, and speak more confidently, and appear that you are more professional. So it is also important to have that healthy snacks that you carry along with you wherever you go. And there are a lot of other possibilities that you can buy snacks on the go, but if you want to be healthy, probably you may have to pick and choose what you want to eat, and then carry them along with you, even to work or to your college, and have a quick bite whenever you get time. And the fifth one that we already spoke is staying hydrated. So the five micro habits that builds the physical activeness in you, so which will be helpful to make you poised for success, is, let's revise them. Scheduling daily walks, regular standing, and third is making use of any standing desks, and fourth is having healthy snacks, and fifth is the staying hydrated. So you start practicing. These are not big things that you need to wait for 10 days or 15 days to start. You can start them right away, which means the moment you stop this podcast, you can go and have a sip of water, right? Or if your weather permits, and if you want to, you can take a brief walk, right? So let's all practice these small micro habits, and and stay physically fit, which is one of the most important factors for all of us to become successful, not just in a Canadian environment, but everywhere we go and to whatever level we reach to.